my title sounds clickbaity, but it's not. So you heard last week, I felt the Lord speak to me to do 40 days, righteousness exalts a nation, 40 days of faith for America during the election. So starting when Dr. Palanici comes on October 2nd, running through November 10th, which should be about the time where we know who the next president's going to be. And you also heard me say that I felt like not to put the focus on Check the News. We're going to do Check the News every day, but to like we did with 40 Days of Glory, preach, pray for people, and do 40 straight nights of services. So we're going to do that on YouTube and our app and X. But what if YouTube locks down during the election like they did in 2020? Also, think of this. What was the difference between the 2016 election and the 2020 election? 2020, all churches were still basically shut down or barely having services or limited services. So I feel like spiritually, the way to attack the evil that's in the nation is not by analyzing it or trying to quote unquote wake people up. It's revival. So we're doing 40 straight nights of meetings. Well, guess what? I get a call from the owner of Real America's Voice that he owns a second channel and wants to know if I would like to go in. I'm talking, this was like 10 minutes ago. If I would like to partner with him on it, that right now they're just running infomercials. But he said my original vision was to put faith out there along with the news. And he said, I would like you to come into partnership with me and I'll give you whatever times you want. So I agreed. So all that month, beginning October 2nd through November 10th, starting with Dr. Palanici's meeting, we're going to go live every night, 7 to 11. And then in the morning again. And it's going to be our channel. So I'll have the details on the name of the channel. And I'm talking on television, but then he also, is a master at digital marketing. That it'll have great coverage. But it will be live on American televisions, both on apps, smart TVs, traditional television, satellite, that thing. Obviously, that's not a small step. That's a big step. So if there are any corporations listening or owners of corporations that would like to go in with me on that, and so I'm going to run corporate sponsorship on my part. I'll put your company's name up there. We'll record short ads depending on the amount that you give. You're going to have an audience every night of people, that are patriots, people of faith. It'll be known that you're a Christian company that's supporting the cause. It would be a great way to advertise and to sow your corporate money into something that you believe in. Because I believe, as I'm sure most of you watching live or the replay do, that 40 nights of services like that and praying for people in America is going to have an effect. Righteousness exalts a nation. Sin brings a curse on the people. And I believe the way you attack all this is by getting people saved and getting people filled with the Holy Ghost. So, and a lot of you that have companies, your business partners might not be too big on sowing 100,000, but then if you're getting advertising in return, you can present it that way. So 100,000, you can't do 100, 50, you can't do 50, 25,000. But all our partners and friends that are big, have the ability to give big like I do. I mean, I'm doing it. I'm not saying if you'll help me, I'll do it. I'm doing it. But if you'll stand with me during this election season to do something that's going to make impact in the spirit, you will be glad you did, and God will bless you. So you can revivaltoday.com. You click give now, and I'm going to put something up very shortly that'll be specific to that. But if you write in the memo or email and let them know that you want your company advertised, I'm going to do live reads for corporations if you want it. Obviously, if you want it anonymous, I'm not going to put your name out there. I totally understand that in a business, you don't necessarily want to divide the population against you. But if you do want it known and you want it read, and to have your company sponsor that 40 days, and then we'll probably stay on after as well. But let's just see what happens in the short term. I did just commit to the 40 days. So I think this is awesome. I think it's going to be great. And your company being a part of it and getting to catch some of the momentum, or you, private gifts as well. But I would like to ask everybody to ask the Lord what he would have them to do. I was going to do a more professional video than this. I just got off the phone with the guy, and I'm excited. And I don't get excited much, believe it or not. But I'm excited about this. I felt to keep my schedule open and all that. The CEO called me. We're going to be on every night on Real America's Voice for 1 hour, but now we'll have big blocks of programming on television and our own television network. So anyway, revivaltoday.com. You click give now. Thank you. Thanks for caring. I'll have more details. Any of the questions you're asking, I'm going to write in. There's no use asking anybody yet. I just got off the phone. So name of the network, all that stuff. But I've never announced something and just it went away. So I'm telling you, this is a real thing. And I thought it was interesting. I mean, look how spiritual things are connected to what happens in life. We just had probably our best Sunday morning service we've ever had. And I haven't taken a nap yet. And I'm like still buzzing from it. And then I get that phone call. So I just feel like now's our time. And God used the last election as a time that doubled our ministry. And I feel like our impact and reach and souls saved and all that together. Last election, I think we had 3,000 partners, and we have 15,000 now. So let's do something. Let's crush it. Let's take this time where everybody's going to be sitting home watching TV, wanting answers, getting depressed from what they're hearing, and let's do something on a big scale. So thank you in advance. Thanks for standing with Adalis and I. It's going to be an awesome. If you didn't have anything to look forward to, October 2nd and November 10th is going to be a great time to be alive. I will see you in Tulsa tonight. Please consider doing something to stand with me. This is one of the biggest steps I've ever taken, but I'm looking forward to it. I love you. Have a great Sunday. See you tonight in Tulsa, Oklahoma.